Welcome to this channel. In this channel, we talk about mental mathematics. We work with maths. We also do skills like speed reading and mental maths. Now, today we're going to look at the topic percentage. Now, to look at percentage, first of all we have to find out what percentage actually means. So percentage is made up. So the word percentage, sorry for that. So expect to see something like that later. So the word percentage, so if I just put them different. So the word cent actually means 100, and the word per actually means through. Okay. So what we're trying to look at here is like a percentage. Normally it's written here with this symbol. So we have the symbol here. So that is the symbol that we use for percentage. This is just like a fraction. So when we look at a number, we look at what part or what part of 100 are we talking about? And normally the denominator is then 100. So for example, if someone gives you 34%, 34, like what does 34 without this percentage? What does 34 over 100 means? So that one you can easily convert to, Or yeah, so actually when someone says 34%, it actually means 34 of 100. That means like part of 100, that which is 34 out of 100. So that is the main goal there. Now, after understanding that, in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to convert fractions and decimals into percentage. And also, we're going to look at the percentage increases and percentage decreases. And that's going to our main focus. So now, let's go to this question and try to work it out and see what exactly are we working with. So if someone gives you 2 over 4, and actually now they ask you of, which basically means plus or multiply by, so then of 100. So that means like a portion, what portion of 100 is 2 over 4? So that's actually what it means. In this case, what you're supposed to do is just multiply, 2 over 4 times 100. And if you're still a beginner, you can still, just to have a good view, then you can put that one over 1. So what we're doing here is like, and you realize that 100 can be easily divided by 4. So then in this case, you'll just say, okay, 4 goes here 1, 4 goes here 25 times. And then in this case, now you just multiply the numerators, which is then 2 multiplied by 25. That one will give you 50. So that is going to be our 50%, which means now that 2 out of 4 of 100 will give you 50%. I hope you could also have seen this earlier, because if you simplify this 2 over 4, you'll easily get 1 over 2. And then 1 over 2 times 100 will bring you to the same answer here. So that is what I wanted to explain. So that is how to do fractions. We're going to look at some various fractions, and we're going to work that one out to see how to do this more in practice and see whether you guys going to understand this. Now let's go to another one. So how do you then convert decimal into a percentage? So like now, remember we talked about here. So if we have 0.34, this can also be written. Let me take another color so that we, so if we have 0.34 here, this is going to just convert directly to then that 34 over 100. Okay, so that basically actually means that we have here 34%. Okay, that's just easy. Or if you want the best idea, if it's 0.034, multiply that one by 100. Okay, and then you get 34. So that one becomes our percentage. So that's the easiest method to use. Okay, so having done that, let's now go to examples here where we're going to work on with fractions and see how does that one work well. And how can you compute many numbers like that? So let's just see what that one look like. I will take a different pen so that we, let me take this one here so that we have clarity. So here we are going to talk about 1/2 times 100. So in this case, we just have, 100 is divisible by 2. So it's going to be easily 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 5, 50, 50 times 1, numerators, then you have 50. So this is going to be 50%. So if you took 1/5, a fifth, so the same we're going to say 1/5 times 100. It's basically, 100/1. So 5 can still go here. 5 goes here two times, and then we have 20. So in that case, now we have 20% as the answer. Okay. So then I always like doing different pens so that we have the clarity. So then let's go do then 3/4/100 or into percentage. So what we're going to do there, we're going to basically just take, so let's say we have 3/4 times 100. You see here, we have 4, so this is 100/1. So 4 can still go here 1, 4 can go here 25 times. In this case, now we just multiply the numerators, and then we have here 75. Now, what the 75 we have, that's going to be our percentage. Now, the last one, when it comes to fractions into percentage, so this is what we do. So here we have, let's do this one. So we have here 6/8 into 100. So that's into percentage. So that's going to be basically multiplied by that one by 100/1. So in this case now, if you want to get this work easier, the best thing is to simplify so that you say, okay, 2 goes here 3, 2 goes here 4. And then therefore we're going to have here 4 goes here 2, goes here 25 times. And then again, we're going to multiply 25 times 3. That's going to give us 75%. So you see that working with fractions, calculation becomes easier and easier. And it's just like, multiply that number by 100. So after looking at that, I would like us to go to the next session where we're going to look at decimals. So here we have decimals, and we just want to look at the decimals. How do you compute, or how do you change decimals into percentages? Okay, so this is going to be a bit interesting. We already did an example, so let's take the first one here. The first one we have 0.88. So this one, like I said, the easiest way to do is to take 0.88 and multiply that one by 100. Okay, so then you have 88. Now 88 is what will become our percentage. Okay, so let's try another one. So let's do 0.32. So 0.32. So what we're going to do here to quickly just get our answers to multiply that one by 100. But actually it means here it's just 34/100. So that's the meaning. But what we're looking at is like 34 is that part of 100. Okay, so to get us whole numbers, so we're just going to multiply like we did here up 32. That's 32. Yeah, so that is 32. Sorry. So that 32, 0.32, we're going to multiply by 100 to have a whole number. So we're going to have 32. Now, when you get 32, that one becomes our percentage. Yeah. When I was working with other kids, this was a bit interesting. They kept asking, so I will put this one off so that I have space to do then the following answers if you follow that one well. If you really want to get those writings that I did, you can always stop our video and then keep writing and practice. But at this juncture, I wanted to delete that one so that we have right figures. So now look at this. So here again we have 3.2. as a decimal. So for us to do this, what we're going to do here is like just basically take 100, multiply by 3.2. That's going to give us 320. So 320, we have here 320%. We had a discussion in a class last week, and it was about under what circumstances would something or a product be sold or have an increase of around 320%. So our focus, actually, the topic was that when you do businesses, if you do business and you're selling some products, so let's say you have a product X. In this case, the kids gave an example of chocolate. And they say, what if they get nice chocolates from Switzerland? At €1, and they want to sell it somewhere, and they realize that just by transporting it or moving it somewhere, the value of that chocolate can be sold at 32 euros. Okay, so what we realize that when 100 becomes then 100%, that one was resembled 100% in the beginning. Now, when we change location, so that is change of location, we realize that the value of that same chocolate that cost €1 in Switzerland now costs something like 32 euros in that location, could be in another country. Now, in that case, if you take that product and sell it for 32 euros, and there's demand, there's a demand for it, and they buy it, then in that case, now you talk about winning around 320%. So that was more like application question, so that the kids understand why this one works out and how this one works out, and under what condition will someone earn 320%. Okay, let's then do the last one, and the last one is also a nice one. So we're going to talk about here 0.167 into percentage. So in this case, again, we have 0.167. So as like we did last time, the idea is to multiply that one by 100. When you multiply that one by 100, you're going to have 16.7, and that one is going to be our percentage. Yeah. Now, for us to even understand more, I wanted us to talk about, how about an increase in percentage? What will someone say? Yeah, there's an increase. And here, to demonstrate that one, we found a question, and that question is going to guide us to find out how someone can do that calculation. And that is here. So we're going to use this one to find the increase, and we're going to do this second one to find a decrease in percentage, and how do you compute that one? So here's a question. Let's say a man earning, this is Kenya shilling, 4,800 per month, was given a 25% pay rise. What was his new salary? The idea also here, the kids were asking, a bit curious about, like, why would someone be get an increase of like 25%? And the idea is like, yeah, sometimes you've been working in a company for long, or sometimes you just been a good employee, or sometimes you have more experience, and as a reward, the company would give you like 25% an increase in your allowances, so they can decide to increase your salary. So in this case, there are two ways. So let's look at those two ways, how to handle this. So what we're saying is, like, at now, this man is earning 4,800. So that is Kenya shilling. But then, because of his good behavior, so now in future, we're now seeing that this guy is going to earn 4,800 plus an increase of 25. That is 25%. That is times then the amount, which is 4,800. So what means that actually, that is the translation that we say, at the moment, this guy is earning 4,800. Sorry for that. This guy is earning 4,800. And now for future, we are now concerned about future now. That's what we want to compute. How much will he earn? Now that's going to be, he earns his normal 4,800 plus the one that he was increased, 25% of his total salary. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're just going to say, what is 4,800 plus then 25% of that. So what we do here, we just cancel those zeros, we'll cancel. And then we multiply the two, 25 multiplied by 48 will give us 1,200. That means that now, from next month, in future, this guy is going to earn 6,000. Yes, so that is how you compute it. Another way of doing it, you say, okay, so this guy is now earning 100%, which is equivalent to 4,800. Now, in future, we are seeing a situation whereby this guy is going to earn 100% plus 25%. Okay, so we have here 125. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and then we say, how much is that? So we're going to say 125 times 4,800 over 100. So when we compute this one, that is when the answer we're going to get here is going to be 6,000. So that is how you do that computation. And that's a simpler way to do it. If if your main focus is percentage, if your main focus is the money, this is how you do it. Now let's look at the last topic here, the last part of percentage, which is based on the decrease in percentage. Again, under what circumstances would a product or someone sell a good at a loss, or have a product and sell it less money than the one they used to buy it? We had a good example in class, and this was the students who are interested in doing car business, and they say, if we are buying, let's say, we are buying a car. Oh, not so good. Let's just change. So if I am buying a car, if I'm buying this car from Japan, and then I bring the same car, so I bring the same car. I bring the same car then to Kenya. So at Japan, could be that we are buying this car at, let's say, 1 million Kenya shilling. So if that's after the conversion. And then the thing is that during the transport, during shipping, and sometimes you have cars inside the container. Okay. So, and because of, if there are some accident and then maybe the car hits the walls, the car hits the wall. I don't know the probability of this one. And then that means when the car arrives in Kenya, there's a lot of deformation. So it deformed. So then the value of that car in Japan was 1 million. But now it arrives in Kenya and it's not the same value because it has some, deformation, it has some deformation or some scratch. And you're like, then the car dealer thinks, do I want to really invest in repairing this car? Or do I just want to sell it at a cheaper price? So you will say, let me sell it at, let's say like at 900,000 Kenya shilling. when you decide to sell it at 900,000, you have a loss of 100. So you have a loss here of 100,000. When you have a loss of 100,000, in most cases, you want to do a computation and know what was then the percentage loss. And that is why we talk about then percentage decrease and how to calculate that one. Now, let's go to our question in this case now. This question talks about a dress which was costing Kenya shilling 1,200 now goes for Kenya shilling 960. What is the percentage decrease? In this case, what they're looking at is the percentage decrease. Okay. So if you're looking at the percentage decrease, it's different when you're looking for what's the new price, because now we already have the new price. So in the previous example where we looked at the increase in percentage, we were looking at the new price. But in this case now, we are only going to focus on the percentage. So the percentage we have here is going to be like, so we have the first new percentage, we're going to say at 100%, so that's going to be our main percent. We have 1,200. And now at this rate, we sell it at 960%. So you're asking yourself, what is then the percentage decrease? So in this case, you're going to just cross multiply and say we have 960 times 100 divided by 1,200. So you see that, you realize that now we have two zeros cancels, and then we have 12. Now 12 goes into 12 one time and goes here 8 times. So we're going to have 80. So that means that the decrease that we had here was 80%. We sold the product at 80%. Now, if we sold the product at 80%, then to get our answer, we have to say 100, to say 100 minus 100% minus 80% gives us 20%. So this dress was sold at 20% price lower. So that is the percentage decrease. So that is the calculation that we work with. Otherwise, you can also decide to say, you can also just decide to say, main focus could be also on the price, where you say we have 1,200 minus 960. Okay. And in that case, you're going to get here 240. And in that case, now you say our previous price was 1,200. And then we just multiply that one. What percentage should we have times 100? You realize that this one will cancel with this, and therefore you have 12 goes here, 1, 12 goes here, 2, then you have 2, then you have 20% was the price that we sold the product. So that was our lesson today on percentage. Thank you so much for listening. If you didn't subscribe yet to this channel, please subscribe for more videos. And these videos are going to be helpful for you. And thank you so much, and be blessed.